So today's lesson is on mathematics, numeracy, 24-hour time, stage 3, grade 5. The learning intentions: compare 12 and 24-hour time systems, be able to convert between them, describe the situations they're used in society, and describe these key mathematical phrases: minute, seconds, time, hour, AM, PM. And also know how to use timetables in 24-hour time and create itineraries online and with paper. So, 24-hour time. To begin with, let's revise what we learned in about 12-hour time. Does anybody remember any of the keywords or phrases to do with 12-hour time? Yes? That's right. In 12-hour time, the day is split into two periods of 12 hours, 12 a.m. and 12 p.m. Now, a.m. stands for ante-meridian in Latin, or before midday, and p.m. stands for post-meridian, or after midday. When is this used? That's right, in clocks and watches. How does one read a watch face? Yeah, that's right. On a clock, we have different faces, one face and different hands. The thinnest hand is called the second hand. It completes a full revolution of the clock face every 60 seconds. The next hand, slightly thicker, but goes to the end, all the way around the perimeter of the watch face, is the minute hand. It goes around once every hour. The little hand, the hour hand, goes around the entire perimeter every 12 hours. If anybody has any more questions about how to read or watch 12-hour time, AM, PM, feel free to ask me at any time. Let's move on to 24-hour time. Now in 24-hour time, instead of converting back down to 0 when we get to 12, we just keep going to 24. So the whole day is 24 hours. That's why they use 24-hour time. You don't need AM or PM if you're doing that. That means 1 p.m., 1 hour after midday, is now 12 plus 1, because with 1 hour, we just keep going, 13. So it's 13 o'clock, or as they say in 24-hour time, 1300 hours. Well, what's 1 past 1 p.m.? 13:01. Okay, what's 10 past 1 p.m.? 13:10:0. What's 11? 13:11:11. You get it so far? What's 1 minute to 2 p.m.? That's 13:59, because there's only 60 minutes, 60 seconds in a minute, and 60 minutes in an hour. So it only goes to 60, even though it says 100 hours. Don't let that confuse you. Now, if I was to say this class ends at 15:20, what does that mean? That's right. You should all complain because I've made you wait 5 minutes after class, and school has ended. Don't worry, I'm not going to do that today, though. You guys are learning very quickly, doing a great job. Now that you learn that you just keep counting every hour after midday to 24, so 11 p.m.'s 2300 hours, what are some hours that you can get? What could convert from some 12-hour time to 24-hour time for me, please? Okay, that's right. 1 a.m., 100 hours. 1 p.m., 1300 hours. There's a difference where in 12 hours there's no difference there. It makes it easier to tell the difference between the two, which is important in some areas of society where people really need to know the time. Now, what do we think is an area of society where people really need to know the time? Yep, the military, which is why 24-hour time is often called military time, because it's the only time system they use. And that's because when you're using a radio, it can cut out. So if you were saying a time and then the first part, the A or PM's cut out, they wouldn't know what time you'd meant. If you say it in 24-hour time, it's more exact. They also use it in computers and public transport timetables. so you don't have to have an AM and PM on the little timetable. I'll show you an example of the timetable. We've got one here. Can't really see the numbers, but of course, it's hard enough with all the numbers. Having little PM and AM next to each one of those numbers would be ridiculous. So they just use 24-hour time for that. Okay, enough talk. Let's see how good you guys are at converting between the two now. I've given everybody a card. Now, on each card is a time in 24-hour time or 12-hour time. What you need to do is go around the room and ask everybody what time they have. If they're your time partner, they're going to be your partner for the group, for the group activity we've got next. But, how do you find out? Use different methods. Some of you can count an hour after midday. So if you've got 13, you think, well, that's 1 hour past midday, so it must be 1. But you can also minus. So you can say 13 minus 12, because you know the number's bigger than 12. That gets you 1 p.m. So if the number's bigger than 12 in 24-hour time, you can just minus 12, and that's the time. It's another method. But tell your partner the method you used, and I'll go around and ask the method too. All right. So everybody's found their partners, and what I got you to do is explain to me how you found the 24 or 12-hour time partner. All of you used different methods, but you all showed that you had no problem breaking down the numbers and putting them back together. That's number sense. It's a key skill in maths, and a part of it that makes it quite different to every other subject, because you can have so many different expressions that mean the same thing. 5 times 5, 25. 50 divided by 2, 25. Sound completely different, they mean the same concept. English isn't usually like that. English usually words mean one thing, or they can mean multiple things. But you can't just break them apart and put words back together and it's all the same. That doesn't work like that. Numbers, they're flexible. And you've got to be flexible with them. Now, as a test of your number sense, I'm going to give you guys a 24-hour activity. What you're going to do is use your iPads to go on Transport New South Wales, and you're going to look up how to get to a location across Sydney that I'm going to give you. It's a location that you're going to want to get to, and you're going to want to get there as fast as possible. What you're going to do is write out each part of your journey. So, here we are, East Clara. So your first part of your journey will be the bus, catching the train, East Clara Station. Start. Station. Then you're going to write the time. Then you'll write the station you get off at, and next to that, the time that's going to be. Now, the first person who completes an itinerary like that, writing the train station they're going to get on at and off at the location they're going to get to, is going to win a prize. So, be as fast as you can. Good luck. All right, so great work with those itineraries, guys. I was really impressed. You were really quick at figuring out how to get there. Before we end the lesson, I'm just going to give you a final quiz. It's going to be on keywords and phrases that we use today, and just write a definition of what you think they mean. Now, I'm going to take these quizzes, store them, and then when we do this follow-up lesson, I'll see what everyone said, and if I think you guys need a little help in some areas, I'll be able to come and tell you this is what it meant. So we're going to stay on top of the content easily. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. All right, do these quizzes, and then we'll do a final recap of the lesson. The quizzes are all done. Very good. Now I'm going to ask each group one thing they learned today. Okay, explain one thing you learned. Holinari's group. That's right. We learned how to convert between 12 and 24-hour time systems, what 24-hour time is used for in society, and how to use timetables in 24 hours to get around all of Sydney. So, a really good lesson there, guys. I think you learned a lot. And remember, there's no stupid questions, only stupid answers. Thank you.